Right now, you are looking at a company that says revenue could grow as much as 59 to 82% this year in fiscal year of 2025. As soon they're required to report their quarter or their second half report for the fiscal year of 2025 by March 31st. And the company that I'm talking about is none other than SealsQ LAES. They've already delivered test samples, their core products to real partners, and they're about to report their second half of 2025 results very soon. But the big question is this: is this finally the moment LAES proves itself, or is this just another wave of promises? Let's break it down so you know exactly what to look for when it comes to SealsQ, ticker symbol LAES. Now, if you want real breakdowns of small cap stocks like LAES, CTM, and BBAI, make sure you subscribe because this is exactly what we do here. Now, first, let's understand exactly what you own. LAES SealsQ, what they specifically do is they're a full stack security ecosystem with secure chips, IoT protection, PKI infrastructure, and post quantum encryption. So you're you're not investing in one product, you are investing in a future security platform. Now, when we talk about the financials, though, because again, that's the problem when it comes to this stock is the financials and the fact that they're still not profitable and a bunch of other red. I got to be 100% honest. They are red flags, and I would say if it's cautionary, it's definitely as close to a red flag as cautionary can be. I wouldn't say it's just like a yellow sign. It's pretty much a red sign. However, there's going to be a bull case and a bear case I'm going to be discussing when it comes to the stock specifically. So first off, when we look at the actual revenue of the company, net sales basically means revenue. Net sales is at 4.8 million, which stagnated and pretty much stayed the same as of last year, at fiscal year 2024 at 4.828 million. Now, when we look at the losses that they experienced was over 20 million. To be exact, it was $21,237,000, which was an exponential growth in losses from fiscal year of 2024. When we look at the actual product progress, they've officially stated they've delivered the test samples. Well, real quick before I do get out of hand, and I keep mumbling on about the next thing real quick, I just want you guys to know that this is a red flag because again, it does show that they're trying to scale, and they continue to invest into the company. They continue to pour their money into the company with research and development and a bunch of other things to grow the company before they've even scaled their revenue. So even though they've had an increase in gross profits from fiscal year 2024 to fiscal year 2025, their gross margin has not increased at the same rate that the operating losses have had year over year. So I just want that to be very clear that losses have scaled at a faster rate and there's a higher cash burn rate rather than and it's not matching to the same rate as the revenue and the gross margin and the gross profit. So I just want that to be very clear when we look at the financials of what they reported for the first half of fiscal year 2025. Now, when it comes to the product progress and production and their actual product that they offer to the market and to their customers is they deliver test samples of QS7001 platform and QVault TPM to partners and pilot customers. This is important because it confirms, and again, if you want to be able to see these on the reports before, you can just go back into the page and you'll be able to see it all right here. So when we look at the previous parts of this, sorry guys. Oh, this thing's very slow. Yeah, but anyways, you just go back to the previous parts of the reports, and you'll be able to see a little statement from the CEO, and then you'll see a bunch of other stuff with what the company does, and you can just look at the report. Now, the reason that what I mentioned before is important is because it confirms they are moving commercial commercial they were it confirms that they are moving toward commercialization in 2025 and mass production in 2026. So in theory, what this means is that the fact that they became commercial and it confirmed it in 2025 is that means all of this is now supposed to show that it should be starting to convert into real revenue soon. And by soon, I would say within the next 1 to 3 reports that they send. That's what I would say. Now, the revenue growth claims that they had. Now, when it shows what they said here, hold on. Let me see if I could find. So 59%. Because I want to actually show where it says it right here in the report. Yes, right here. These product and technology advances, it's on page 5. These products and technology advances are matched by strong commercial performance. Revenue is on track to increase by 59 to 82% in 2025. Now, we ended fiscal year 2025, but the report is coming out soon. So we'll see if the report and what they actually say they're on track to do actually matches up with the revenue that's going to be showing in the report sometime within the next few days. Now, what I do want you guys to understand though is that even with that growth, revenue would still be under $10 million. So yes, this would be progress, but it's not dominance, and it's not getting them out of the woods to where it shows, hey, we're actually doing this. We are bringing you substantial revenue, and we are dominating this industry. It's not saying that, but it's just another. If they accomplish this, which I really hope they do, it would just be another building block on top of the progress that the company has been making. Again, the financials did show a very cautionary story that says, "Hey, we have risk. Don't have your blinders on. Just understand that we do have risk, but that doesn't mean that that the company has not been making any progress. I never said that. I'm just saying you got to be very cautious when it comes to this stock, and in regards to the upcoming report, what you need to pay attention to is this report could confirm everything or raise more questions, specifically what I just said about the revenue. And if when it comes to what their statement about what they said about mass production 2026, I mean, again, because the report's gonna be covering fiscal year 2025, so that wouldn't have happened that won't show in this report. It'll show in the next two reports for the first half and second half of fiscal year 2026. But still, there should still be some progress, at the very least what they said about having revenue be on track for 59 to 82%. Now, what you have to ask yourself, is this a strategic investment, or is it a company doing too much? Because I learned this from Will Rich himself, and also there's a lot of other high performers that you hear talk about this on social media and just on the internet. You don't want to spread yourself out too thin. And what I mean by that is you don't want to focus on too many things at once. You can be good at many things, but you will never be a master at that one thing. I don't like investing in companies that spread themselves out too thin and have their attention being focused on too many things. The same way that, for example, I'm not trying to throw shade, but Cooler, with what they were doing, they were already focusing on their technologies with the whole space stuff that they were interested in, and then all of a sudden they were interested in dealing with robotics, which seemed like they were trying to focus on too many things at once, which is what I'm personally not a fan of. But when you look at this, you got to take yourself into this consideration. Is on one side there's real products, real partnerships, and a growing pipeline. On the other side, there's flat revenue, exploding expenses, and dilution risk. So there is a risk of dilution. So LAES is sitting right in the middle of all of that. So the most important thing you need to watch is when this next report comes out, do not just look at the headline. You need to look at revenue growth. Did it actually increase meaningfully? Where it comes from? Is it real product sales? 3, you got to look at the forward guidance. Do they confirm momentum into 2026 as well? Just look for confidence when it comes to the forward guidance. If you see all 3 of these things, that definitely does show that there's a major shift. Now, if you are holding LAES sales Q right now, I want to know, do you think this is that this next report is going to confirm the story or expose it? Please comment below exactly what it is you think. Now, when we talk about the bull versus the bear case of this stock, if they hit these numbers, 60 to 80% revenue growth, to be exact, it was 59 to 82%, product commercialization and pipeline converting, you could be early to something big. The bear case, though, if this report does show weak revenue again, especially stagnation of about 4.8 million, yeah. With that type of revenue, continued losses, if they expand it, if they grow even more, or no clear traction, then this is still just a story, and everything that the company would be saying at this moment is just promises for the future without any actual backing, without any actual not actions, but any actual something, no material, no nothing in reality that shows, hey, the things we're saying are true. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Basically, if the bear case unfolds with this next report, it just shows, hey, listen, I promise this is going to happen, but I just haven't shown it yet. If the report does show all those three positive signs I mentioned, say, hey, I told you that these positive things are happening. Here's the first signs that it's actually happening and that we're actually making a shift within the company. Now, the key insight, this is the moment where everything changes for you as an investor, because LAES is moving from we are building something to we need to prove that it actually works. So when this report drops, you are not just looking at numbers. You are looking at whether this company finally transitions from potential to execution, and that decision and that specific decision alone is what will be that determines if you win or lose on this stock specifically within your portfolio. If you want me to break down more videos like this one with SEALSQ LAES, again, please feel free to comment below what it is you guys want to see in future videos, as I love to cover topics that you guys want to see. And again, I'd be more than happy to do anything that you guys ask, because I love giving you guys the content that you love to see. So with that being said, InvestQ out. See you all in the next video. Take care. Take it easy, guys.